Ableton clips. So I wrote this part. It goes with all this. So if I want to pull that in a different session, what I'm going to do, since this is already cooked up, it's got an arpeggiator on it and it's got this contact instrument. I'm going to go ahead and I labeled it guitar, contact, Gracie fingers 1. And then I'm going to go over to my user library, and under clips, I'm going to go ahead and just drag. I'm going to put this to 0 on the fader. I'm just going to go ahead and drag that into here. Let it do its thing. Now, say I was in a whole new area of my project over here, right? Nothing's playing. And I want to use that entire setup with the MIDI and with the contact instrument. I just drag it over. And what's cool is, since I'm starting to save a whole new batch of these, I can actually go in and double click these, click preview. And I can just audition all my ALCs. Slayer bass. Like, say I wanted that, and it comes with the MIDI. That is just like an FM 808. Compressor's all set up with a little bit of roar. Right? Pitch it down. But again, we're not in that genre, so let's go back to what we just saved over here, and it is the guitar contact Gracie fingers. Put that in. Boom. Right? And then say I wanted to pull in that contact instrument also with the guitar strums. Let's see how this works. So I'm probably just going to want to use the same chords. So I'll just switch those really quickly. There. Now let's go ahead and play those together. And we are in 6/8 time right now, so might help to just bring those drums in real quick. So let's go ahead and bring in just a little bit of these drums. Let's see. There we go. But since we're in 6/8 time, I need to change this instrument setup to actually be 6/8, which, let's see if I can make that happen really quickly. I think I need to go in here and do this. And then I'm using the, I want to use the let's try triplets. I want to change a little bit of the sound. I'm already cooking a little bit, you know? Let's go ahead and try to find the bass. Here we go. BS is what that will be called. We're going. Flat major. Wow, I guess I just gotta like type it in because I'm missing half the keys, making this so small. All right, that's fine. So it'd basically just be. God. Let's see kind of what is happening here. We could probably change this last chord to the C. Hold on. Might let that just ostinato go. Maybe calm that down. Maybe lose the third. No, I like the third. Maybe we want it sus. I don't know. This part I actually feel like should just stay on the B. B flat or something. Yeah. So, and then if I wanted to add, say, this sound. then I would just bring it right in here. I already kind of know what I can do with it. I know what octave range it's in. I'm just going to kind of find a better motif for the key that we're in. Maybe we'll do... That's right, because then it goes to the F. Maybe try the third. Getting a little weird one. Then maybe just end your... Let's see, open that up longer. And I feel like that would be something fun to just write to. And of course, play it. You could do all this different stuff. But if all of a sudden I want to switch up the vibe altogether and go with some bass sounds, or vice versa, I was already doing bass sounds and now I want to do this kind of more acoustic arrangement, but I don't want to plug in and do a bunch of stuff like that, then I can get into that world. So let's see. So if I were to grab the bass line, just put it in here. I will say this is a very aggressive sound. Let me pull it back a little bit. And then let's put the chorus up. Let's see. Put on a little bit of a tap. Oh, it's also going to be, what is it, 6/8. So let's go ahead and put our drums back in just to kind of like have that energy. Might be weird because it is 6/8, but we'll see. Let's just play with it. of switching keys if I do that, so I don't want to do that. I want to go probably with the... Nice. And then like I actually do hear it staying in this world. It didn't go that far into where I was gonna imagine it. So now it's just another layer. And you know, that's probably just for a moment or so, and then see what happens if I legato. Yeah, I could see that working, even kind of in that newer kind of like Olivia Rodrigo reinvigorating the Cure sound a little bit. That vibe up. See how that sounds. I hate that. That's a terrible key. Take that to G. Want to be inverted. On that ostinato, and then up here, then take this down. probably go in and like play that on guitar because that just is an easy riff that would sound so much better on guitar. But I'm trying to like just stay locked in and not engineering and plugging stuff in. You'd at least write the parts, right? So I would do like random velocity at least right now. Probably move these up a little bit. Anything that's that low needs to be a little higher. And it's like when you're playing guitar, you're gonna accidentally hit a few, brush up against a few things. At least I do. So maybe that F will pop in. Then I could also go in and maybe grab those strings from wherever else they were. So right here, let's see how that feels. And we are in a different key now, so let's try, I think. Hold on. Definitely in a weird key, that's for sure. Let's try the just. It's a little tailored to. I would just probably write a new string part at this point. Let's just go ahead and do that, which is fine because I also have to put in some, let's see for a second. I guess we're just really jumping off at this point. So what I'm gonna do is, B2. I'm kind of interested in doing a pad, like a Juno pad around here, and saving that because I want to always be able to pull it. So let's go here, let's go to the towel. There we go. So let's make that smaller. All right, then I want to go ahead and not turn the here. The worst stuff it'll try. I haven't used this in so long. Probably find some better voicing for that as well. Yeah. Oh, and the chords are gonna want to actually follow on this, so that's probably the main thing. Let's go ahead and so let's work this out, and then we're gonna save this clip. So a lot of this is gonna be the same. There we go. Now let's just see what we're actually doing here. So that is an octave, that is an octave, and then I have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going with the 5th there. B flat, right? So it's kind of more like a sus in that case. Yeah, I'm kind of sus doing the sus 4 with the B flat, which is like kind of could be E flat sus too. So that's fine. We'll just do that with all of these guys. So we'll hit that octave jump twice, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. Probably put that there, and then we'll also do this one. Probably lose that third. Let's try to just do 5ths on this. Maybe we'll throw 1/3 in there. Just go back and double check if this guitar here is actually playing it's playing a B major over my E flat. Yeah, it works. I don't think we need that high note. That's the F major. I was thinking it's going to be an F minor the whole time, but I guess it doesn't matter too much because inside our B flat major, let's just double check real quick. B flat major, boom. We have and then we have our F. Yeah, it's kind of doesn't matter much. Yeah, that's fine. I wanted to write it in C minor, but now we're not in C minor. And turn that down a little bit. That'll sound so much better with an actual guitar. Honestly, I might even be looking for something way more simple that just like kind of holds over. I might just want to, because I am going to make a clip out of this, I'm going to make it into some sort of ostinato of its own. Let's see. Let's just see how that feels for a second. Kind of messing myself up here, not doing or doing it at 6/8, but pull this down. I want to be able to feel the swing inside this one. There we go. Kind of like get that to swing. Getting a little funky. Especially if it's good, yeah, so. So I would call this pad. I really want to call it a pad though. It's probably like a it's really just the Juno startup 6/8 time. Might just like pull it out a little bit more. Nice. So then I'll go into my, well, maybe I want to affect it. I don't know. Let me think for a second. Nah. The sound should be pretty simple. It's like a basic go-to sound. So let's go ahead and go back to our user library. And let's throw it in here. It's the Juno. I really do have to like relabel some of these and know what I'm doing more. So VST. It's like not a pad really. I'm just gonna call it pad. Why not? Cool. Put it in. And then that's there. And if I were to want to go and listen to it, I click it, click to preview. See what I'm getting at here? I guess it plays from wherever your key is, so that's kind of annoying. Can I just like double click it? Click to preview. There we go. It takes a second to load them sometimes. Yeah, now I'm starting to see. Just gotta click it twice, but like... And I got whole drum kits in here. Let that load. That's going to take a second. This whole track. The Gracie Abrams thing we just did. It's amazing. I love it. I wonder if that's sounding a little funky because we are in 6/8 right now. So if I went over to 4/4 time, let's try that real quick. I'm just curious if it makes more sense to me. It is a little strange because if it's in 4/4, it should be lining up better, honestly. And I know that that's a 4/4 situation right there, so I don't know why all of this is set to 6/8. Oh, I see. Because then I moved it to 4/4 here. There we go. So now that I'm in 4/4 area, I should be able to just click it. That's super annoying, man. The important thing is that it works correctly, but you know, if I'm in 6/8, I'm probably gonna be using live instruments at the end of the day. So again, convoluted video. I'm always like my own worst enemy. I'm like, oh, let me fight myself on what we're trying to do here. So funny, so funny. I did like this. then I would set up this guitar trick to kind of do the same. So we have the warm soft going this Irish folk A situation. So which I might want to change it to this. Then we're going to switch it over here to be the open, but I do need to change it to that Irish thing of whatever that is. So let's go back over here. We'll go triplets. There we go. Got to do that to this one as well. Triplets, the Irish thing. Let's turn this up a little bit because I can't really hear it very well. I have this chiller knob too, so I'm gonna pull that. Since I'm kind of in track mode, I think I will go ahead and put like a little EQ on this warm one. Let's see. So let's try the whole spiel again. And let's fix this so that it's working. I don't know why this thing always trips out. Guess I gotta put it on default mode, whatever. All right. Let's make a beat for Gracie Abrams. Let's make a beat for Olivia Rodrigo. If I were to produce for Olivia Rodrigo. If I were to produce for Gracie Abrams. I'd start with drums. Then I would add bass. Some guitar. More guitar. And then some pads. pads with guitar. Add the pads in. Add the pads in. Now all together. If you happen to be looking for a producer to work with, hit me up in the DM. I'd love to chat. If you happen to be looking for a producer to work with, hit me up in the DM. I'd love to chat. And for now, this is the entire beat.